Jug, man, what's happening? We jumping off the year, bro. It's your birthday weekend. 2025 ain't even, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even easiest way in 2025 and jump started this bitch live.
Man, America is in the twilight. I've been saying it. We've been living in the twilight zone.
Man, it's
We
crazy.
12 days in.
12 days in.
We thought last year started off fast, man. Woo!
This year.
The West
Look, we
Coast
gon'
on fire and the East Coast ice cold.
man, shit. The shit is wild right now, man. But like you say, 12 days in, but we gonna jumpstart, man. We gonna jumpstart right off with it, man. Day one. Soon as we woke up out of our sleep, we saw the shit that went on Birdman in New Orleans.
Man,
What you think about that? Because you know they said the guy that's responsible for it grew up in Beaumont, Houston area, served in the military. So what type of feedback you hearing around there in the Houston that media outlet?
I'm hearing typical conspiracy theories, man. Like it was people feeling like it was. I don't know, man. Like I've heard in these instances, because I don't want to have a pause with my thinking, but I've heard in these instances, man, they come to these people, and if you don't do this something gonna happen to somebody you love. Because they were saying what's the chances of him and the other guy being from the same base, the one with the blew up the Cybertruck,
Cybertrucking, yeah.
and he joined ISIS a year ago, and it just go from zero to nothing. So a lot of people saying that it's a hoax, but if it just we're gonna speak as if it's real.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave the option out there has been a hoax and people is Guinness.
Gotcha.
This country don't surprise me, man. Nobody surprises me. I ain't gonna even bring the country. I'm gonna just say the world don't surprise me. So if it's real, man, what he did was real messed up. To all the people lost their lives lost out there.
First and foremost, yeah.
If no matter if he was coached or not, man, whoever responsible, I mean, he obviously he gone, but they need to be dealt with because that was cold, man. You know,
That was some cold shit. And me and somebody was talking about it at work, man, how, they look at the video and they were seeing him talk or whatever. They was like, look at some of the stuff he's saying, I'm diligent about this. But I'm like, any video you post on social media can be turned into some village. You can post some joking shit and you could turn it into something. Because to me, he looked like the guy next door, one of the dads my son, play on this football team with. Nothing about that looked out of place to me when I seen that video. I wouldn't have looked at it like, okay, I can see him pulling something like he did on Birdman. So it's like you say, nothing surprises me anymore, but we got to stop thinking terror has a face too. Because
the
as
stuff
you can
that
see,
he's saying
it's faceless.
make him suspicious. It's surface level. Anybody could
Yeah,
read those posts and those videos.
exactly.
Yeah, man, it's just just say for instance, like the name I will show the block is hot, right? You can
Yeah.
put that on Twitter, the block is hot, and something happened with a fire regarding you, and they're gonna say, see, he said it back then. It twists a lot
They
of.
can twist a lot. That's why you got to be careful of the imagery and stuff. That's why another thing, like we tell these kids and shit too. And I'm going to ask you something about this because we've been supposed to talk about this, but I'm going to ask you this after I say this. But a lot of the shit you post online, you can't walk it back down. Even if you take it out, somebody to screenshot it or it been already circulated or whatever like that. So like you said, it could be manipulated to make anything look like you say, the block is hot. One of us getting some shit and just go berserk. They like, man, look at the name of their show or something. You know what I'm saying? They telling you what they'll do. So it's just crazy. But to Tarantino, we've been supposed to talk about this. Speaking of images we supposed to put online, the kids and what they posting. Now I'm starting to see, I saw him on Cam Newton. I saw Cam Newton say something about it. But he basically was saying kind of what me and you wanted to touch on with it. Like, why is it considered bad in our community to come from bread? Like, why we look down on that, bro?
It's weird. We really don't look down on. We don't look. Yeah, we do.
We do, bro. We do.
I was going to say we look down on the guys that come from bread that try to be street. But man, everybody's introduced to whatever they introduced to at some point in time, no matter what my family got.
Exactly.
Me personally saying, oh, because they come from bread, he ain't no gangster. Just say he didn't have to be.
He didn't.
But you introduced to whatever you introduced to in life, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of
And let me
these shooting up these schools come from great background. You rarely hear about the trailer trash when shot up the school. It typically be somebody that had a pretty good upbringing.
decent living. Let me
So
say
yeah,
this.
you become what you become, however you become it.
Yeah. Let me say this, because that's interesting what you just brought up. Because a lot of people were saying, okay, even his daddy, jumped on and say, you come from a 10,000 or 20, whatever it was. He tried to say, nah, my daddy, you gassing it or whatever, like it wasn't that big. But he telling them like you came from a gated community, you did X, Y, and Z. And I know like even back like in the village back in the day, decent home. So I know what he's saying, but still, your daddy was a fool. Like, man, one of the biggest, rings when they used to say the Cowboys used to chill at the White House. They wasn't talking about going to the see the president after the goddamn Super Bowl. They was talking
Yeah.
about the boys was getting like real live action in there. So it's in him. So when people try to clown him and say like, he pretending to be something like Mike wasn't no church boy. Don't let what Mike doing now. So the dude is in his genetics, but like you say, however he got there is how he got there. And people just don't like the way he presented and making it look like he glorifying it. But he's saying like, all this don't mean nothing to me. This was in me. That's what I see from the youngster.
Listen, Andy Reid's son came. His dad had some
Boy,
long time, and that guy dead
boy,
for
that's a
real.
good.
He's dead for real. So, man, the upbringing you have don't do nothing but determine the size of the house you grew up in, man.
Yeah,
It ain't got nothing to do with your mental. That's why
exactly.
you have rich folks mentally ill. You have poor people mentally ill because the brain is universal. Everybody got the same brain.
Yeah,
So them
yeah.
four walls that a person grew up in don't mean that they want to be there. Don't mean they happy there. They could be lonely as hell in those four walls, Mr. Michael Irvin. But I'm just saying, so maybe he relate to the thug situation or just hip hop. Let me not even say thug. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
hip hop more because he felt alone like a summer gun in that 10,000 square foot house. So man, what's gonna come up and ain't nothing but that.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
I do feel like what you do with your resources and your opportunities, that does matter. Don't come from that and squander your opportunities. But I don't care nothing about him taking rap.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real job. You can
Yeah.
make real paper. It's just what you do with the fact that you grew up rich. But who cares because you grew up rich?
Now let me ask you something. Well, just speak on something Cam said when he was kind of talking about it too. He was saying the content of his song. He said, "Why don't you rap about?" Because he said, being that you ain't play with, you ain't fuck with football and then like your dad and shit. Like, give us that perspective. Give us that, you did have bread and you coming up there because that's what the rapper's trying to rap to get. You feel that perspective? Like maybe the content he chose is what's making him a target like that.
Definitely. That's
Yeah,
what's making him a target like that.
yeah,
'Cause, in all honesty, this generation notices a lot of older people. You ain't heard
mm,
now, you have to speak out on this guy. It's
mm,
the older folks, our generation.
yeah,
It's fine. Man, you grew up rich. Man, them kids don't care about that.
yeah,
The average rapper was raised in the suburbs, bro. Because
yeah,
that's what we did as dudes from the 80s. We 80s babies. Our kids rappers now, right?
mm-hmm,
We grew up in the hood, so we moved to a better hood so our kids didn't have to grow up like that. So
man,
I'm saying that to
yeah,
say majority of the rappers came from suburbs and nice homes.
mm-hmm,
That's the mentality and who you hang with and the things you're introduced to while you're in school or whatever you got going.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
that's
only
some real
his
shit.
content that's getting him targeted because the rest of that don't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he picking that content because that content's selling. We gonna call it spade a spade. That's been the music business since the music business been music business.
mm-hmm.
Everybody jump on the train. When gangster rap took off with NWA, hip hop became gangster
It
rap,
shifted.
pretty much solely.
Yeah.
So don't
Do
pick
you
on.
feel? Do you feel like it's a shift now though? Because I feel you remember last time we kind of talked about D1 and it was just starting to kind of bubble when we talked about it. But now I'm starting to see some of the OGs and rap, some of the other one kind of co-sign what he's saying now because he making it look so crazy when something happened to one of them. And like you say, like you gave a lot of that intel when Thug was going through their situation and talking about, he like, look what is only leading to a couple places. Even though, like we've talked about too, that's what we see. Rap always been the hood reporting. You know what I'm saying? That it's just from the streets, from the ground level, what we see. But not a content shift. You feel like it's a shift happening right now with hip hop and what you gotta put out as far as content wise?
I think it's more diverse. We got more emo rappers. We got more rappers because them dudes not coming up in the streets. Everybody not coming up in the streets. So now, just say if you got 7 rappers that's rapping about sliding and drilling and all that, you
Yeah.
got 3 that's rapping about a different perspective. When You didn't have so much of that back in the day. Back in the day, it was 9-1, 8-2.
Facts.
And you had your Tribe Called Quest and your De La Souls,
Yeah.
but it was for every one soul conscious group, it was 50 gangster rap groups. So I think now the numbers shifting, and as the years progress, it'll slowly cross over. It's gonna be more just regular people come from regular backgrounds rapping than the street aspect because they actually gentrifying all the ghettos. So ain't none of
Real
you
shit.
niggas to say
Yeah.
nothing about no ghetto in the
Yeah.
minute.
For real.
People calling a spade, man. They
Yeah.
dropping those and townhouses right in the middle of the hood. So in
Yeah.
20 years, it ain't gonna be there. It's gonna be music.
Straight up. That's what it's gonna be. What you can put out that's hot. Speaking of that though, like you say, average people making music, coming from suburb kids, but you said something interesting earlier. Like everybody who hustled and made a little bit out of something, everybody, even in like we're in a pretty decent neighborhood, but everybody that's out here who dad is something that I meet this son or something, they friends with my son, they just removed from the hood. It ain't nobody that come from generational money. It's they done went, got a little bag, now they out here, and this what they doing. They making, like you say, set it up better for their kids, but it ain't coming from no line of generational wealth like, some of our other counterparts. But speaking of music, like you say, kids from the suburbs, the Angelo Baldwin song. What you think about that shit, man? That song that took off. And it started, we're going to talk about your boy Cam, but it started with them really kind of, poking at him and making fun of the song. And niggas got hold to it and it really done picked up a little steam.
Hey man, we listen to music with a different set of ears because our hip hop background. That's just what it is. A lot of people, regular folks hate when I say that, but it is what it is. I'm listening.
It's true. Yeah, we listen
Before I
to
listen to any of that foolishness, I want to hear how you put his words together, how this and how that, the cadence. Sound like something somebody professional could have did. And
Yeah.
it's on iTunes and YouTube now, so
Yeah.
it sounds like something anybody could have made in a good way. It sounds like a good joint. And I think if he gets some pushing behind it like he had, Moneybagg want to get on it, Boosie want to, it can take off and he can make around and generate 2, 3, 4, 5 million off of it. And don't let him be able to do nothing.
Yeah.
But what I like, let me tell you something. Produced by Mello, written by Lonzo.
Yeah.
I love them niggas, man.
Man.
I
They
love
show
it.
how you run that. Yeah.
Three brothers.
Three brothers, triangle
Put this
off with.
together. One made the beat, one wrote it, and one did that performance of it.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Now, I don't know if they could have bought it from people and just put their name on there, understanding business, because that's business.
Yeah.
Get to executive producer, publisher. So it could be a play. But if them guys really did their jobs, man, they talented for real. And they smart.
It's a small move. And I think, a lot of people kind of underestimated the balls and what they really, because they dad, everybody looked at him as a circus act when he came out. But when I say, man, that boy called this shot like Pooh said what all of them, the one that didn't make it to the league said he wasn't going to make it. That dude really called this shot and really did what he said he was going to do.
He just didn't last. He made it.
He made it. But you know what I'm saying? It was just like what you call a meteorite asteroid that come to Earth where it's burning by the time it hit it flat. That's what he did. He proved his point, though. He said, I'm going to get all my sons. Damn near got them playing together like he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
And said one of them was going to go to the lake. Man, besides LeBron, I don't think we give LeVar really credit enough for really what he pulled off because the shit he did is so crazy and a lot of people talk down on it.
I was finna say. He took away from the impact of what it could have had because it was LeVar show. It was the LeVar show instead of the Ball brothers.
Let me ask you this then. Did he take away from the impact? Because your boy Charleston said the same shit. When he came, bow tie, suiting up, talking with sense, no reaction. As soon as he flip that mirror on him and say, okay, I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. Every video he made going pro. Do you think it was a method to the madness with LeVar? Because now I'm sitting back looking at him think, dude was a genius with how he pulled that shit off.
No, I think that's his personality. He's naturally arrogant, which is cool. He's naturally confident. And he saw something in his sons that he believed. I don't believe he wanted to come and be nice about it. Like, he wanted to put it in their face. My 3 sons better than y'all 3 sons. And any other 3 you could put against them.
Yeah.
I think they talent. I think it helped. It helped get eyes on them. But obviously the talent was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then, to be honest with you, that third one snuck in because of the hype train. He was good, but he snuck in because of the hype train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it worked. Yeah, it did its job. he definitely did his job, and it was performative. So it was a method to the madness because that method got that last one in.
Got the last one in. Like
Because
you
if
said.
we could have did without him. Not to say he's a bad basketball player.
Yeah, yeah.
And it didn't work out.
If it didn't have that hype behind him, he just might not would have made the cut. He might not have made that rock.
He didn't went to college and went
Yeah,
straight overseas. He wouldn't have made that
exactly.
pit stop to the league.
Exactly. Yeah, I got you. Speaking of
But I'm
NBA
proud
too
of
now.
the man and the LeVar boys, man. Everything ain't gonna work out. Like the shoes didn't pan out how they wanted. But
Yeah,
proud of them people, man, and what they accomplished, bro. That's like
me too.
LeBron. I'm proud of their 3 sons go play basketball professionally and get paid for it, take care of the family. Man, you can't ask for a better story coming
Real
from
shit.
the community.
And I think that song gonna do because it got that old school Louisiana feel. I think that's why I even seen somebody already do a snippet through like Boosie on the verse and I want to say was it NBA Youngboy. But when I say that shit roll, bro, I'm talking about it had that old school like I'm talking boomerang feel. Like back in the day, it gave that vibe with some knock, old Caprice outside with some wheels on it or something like it had that vibe to it.
Yeah.
But in the NBA too, we're gonna talk about how they ratings going down. But LeBron right now, he breaking all Jordan records, so he kind of carrying the ratings every time the Lakers play. But besides that, NBA done took a dive right now, man. What you think about the NBA, the game? What you see? I know you watch ball, bet on it. So what you see about the game that's making it seem like people just ain't tuning in no more?
Man, you know what's happening, bro. Ain't nobody playing defense. Everybody's shooting threes. The game is not interested. When we went go see Peabody, we
Yeah.
went because we know it's finna be action packed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A Peabody game was more exciting than the NBA game right now. It just went on. It was packed like what's that movie Samuel L. Jackson played in? Packed like that. You know how it
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Coach Carter.
Yeah,
It was
Coach
packed
Carter.
like that. Just say, man, it wasn't a person under 1,500 in there
For
to watch
real.
play.
Yeah.
That ain't happening in the NBA. The play is trash. You got 3 or 4 players who give it their all. Your Ja Morant, your LeBrons. I ain't a fan, but I'm gonna give him his card. Your LeBrons, your Shies, but everybody else hanging out around that 3-point line.
Yeah.
And
But
they playing.
let me ask you this. You say the game changed. A lot of hype being made over LeBron, as I said, passing Michael Jordan fan. Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't a fan of LeBron, but I just don't have him as my GOAT. I still got Jordan. Now, what I want people to understand, when you got these records that come up, and then you're saying LeBron passing these records, because I don't want this to sound like a knock on LeBron. That shit is excellent. But when you start looking at the year this shit happened with, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, when you start looking at this shit damn near happening a decade later, and then it's still less rings, and it's still not some of the accolades, and to say you're still passing Jordan that year damn near 30 in the league, what does that tell you about Mike? That's all I'm trying to get people to understand, man. What does that tell you about Mike?
Every time somebody come at me with these stats, I say, man, what do you expect to happen? He does play at a high level.
A high level.
The people that's not LeBron fans, we don't like it.
We don't like it.
It's going to be on him like they do.
Yeah.
So when you play that long, what do you expect to happen? But we do know when it comes to Kobe and Jordan, you ain't got that jury they got. But if you play that long for that high level, you're going to break the records.
Going to accumulate accolades.
He also broke the records for the most missed shots or something.
Yeah. You're going to break all this shit.
So we putting that in his face.
Yeah.
Play 20 years, that's going to happen. 21 years. And that's what it is. He's supposed to break the records.
Look, the main thing I tell people, because like I say, I don't want to diminish nothing LeBron did, but I would take Jordan sprint, if you call it 12, 14, 16 years, however many Jordan play, I would take Jordan sprint over LeBron marathon. That's the best way I could tell people. LeBron gonna be a hell of a marathon runner. Every record on the way to his retirement party, he gonna break it because he's physically gifted. Like that dunk he did the other night, switch hand, that's crazy. I know what 40 years old feel like, and for him to be running up in there, bang that bitch switch hand, that's crazy. So I'm not taking away.
Years old and putting 1.2 million in your body feel like neither.
Hey, that's different. But 40 is 40. I know that.
The 40 is 40.
40 is 40. It's some shit that just, I don't care how much you stretch.
You don't know if they waving a wand over there.
Yogas. Yeah.
They're capable of anything.
They are. You can't argue that. But
He might got electric kneecaps, man. It's 2025. Now I'm just shooting shit. But
look, no, that's
definitely,
real shit. It's definitely some. But like you say, he put the amount of bread and he has the work ethic. That's why I can never diminish what he did because of what you said. For him to come out there at 40, even though, like you said, I know how 40 feel, but I ain't never been no top level athlete that didn't maintain that level of excellence for that long. So that's a different 40. You know what I'm saying? That's a different 40. Like some cars with under 100,000 miles ain't the same car. But
a car that's driven in the city with 100,000 miles on the car driven in Alexandria with 100,000. They're two
totally
different
different.
cars.
Totally different wear and tear. So
One
that
gonna
I
be,
get.
one ain't.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna give him his credit on that. But like I say, I would still take Jordan Sprint over LeBron Marathon. He's so physically gifted at this point. He can look. The way I'm seeing him play and the wear and tear he got on. I can see him look and just manipulating the game and fucking off the next 5 years and averaging 18 to 24 and about 7-8 assists. Just off manipulating the game, off thinking everybody. Because he's 6'9" with a jumper now.
Exactly.
So that's what makes this shit crazy. But to me, I don't feel like after this little wave of superstars, you got Ant, but I don't really know who's gonna be that box office drug. You got say Jill, Chris Alexander, but I don't know who's gonna be drawing people to the TV like LeBron, like Steph was. I don't hear that new excitement coming from that next wave besides Anthony Edwards.
You put Shea on the right. See, it's about the markets. You know that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
put Shea in the Lakers uniform, the Knicks, the Boston, they
that's
got
true.
a way of keeping it. Listen, it's a business. They got a way of keeping
True.
this business humming.
Mm-hmm.
Put somebody I see them. They
Mm-hmm.
just not given the opportunity and the
Yeah.
spot right now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like
Yeah.
even Anthony Edwards, it's another level. You put Anthony Edwards on Boston or Lakers, the marketing go up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they there.
Yeah.
They there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
Now,
they know why. White folks gonna do everything overwhelming because it's more of them. So that's why they could make a Luka or a Joker, but they gotta keep it black because they want the black eyes. That's why they try to keep a black superstar to carry the league type shit.
yeah.
But yeah, man, they got them out there, and they got marketing dollars for them. Trust me.
Now, speaking of cat who done carried the league before, now I want your opinion on this, bro, because I like Shaq. I like Dwight Howard. But Shaq and Dwight Howard, they've been going about it, since back in the day. When Shaq started off calling, put it out there. Shaq started off calling himself the Diesel Superman, got the shit tatted on him, got to stay at his house with the S and all that. Dwight came back, he jumped over Nate Robinson with the Superman uniform on and all that. So Shaq kind of had a little clicks with him from that point on. He just didn't like Dwight. They tried it, but they've been bumping and feuding again here lately. Do you
Yeah,
think Shaq, because man, Shaq be having a lot of opinion and a lot of mouth to say about a lot of players. Some of that shit, I be understanding this old school. That's how we get on people. We want the best out to you. But with that shit with Dwight, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of on Dwight's side with this one, man. And I love Shaq, but I feel like that shit personal with Dwight. Like, what you feel about that situation? Just looking at it like, we don't know them niggas, but
Shaq been
just
hating
looking at it.
Dwight since he came in.
Okay,
Dwight wearing that cape.
that
Superman one,
struck a nerve.
Superman one of the only ones that flew. He was
Yeah,
just fine. He wasn't trying to impose on Shaq with situation.
exactly.
Shaq just took it personal because, like Corey Holcomb said, Shaq sensitive. He got ugly feet. Shaq started that with Dwight Howard. He picked on that man his whole career, and I think in some instances he might have knocked him on some opportunities.
You think so?
He got influenced.
Yeah, he do. He
Not to
do.
say that Shaq called the team and said I'm picking, but
Yeah, yeah.
people have relationships.
And I think too, a little bit had to do with it. Shaq was Mr. Orlando before he was Lakers and all that shit. Then Dwight, that was the team he started off with when he was in the dunk contest and did the Superman logo. So
He didn't
I
play
don't
on
know,
three
man.
different teams, right? The
Yeah,
Suns,
Suns, yeah,
Orlando.
yeah,
Who's to say people ain't got some loyalty to him for us? When, we're going to have him on here for the roster because we need it. If somebody go down, but he going to get that opportunity because, man could still jump out the gym.
exactly. And from what I've seen, just from and like I say, I don't know these cats personally. I ain't just picking a side, but from what I've seen, Dwight been going on shows, saying like, look, I tried to reach out to him, like, hey man, like, what's up? Like, we can talk about it. You know, if it's something bothering you about me that bad, you know, we can squabble about it. But it's then like Shaq will shoot some fly shit that hey, it's rings, it's big man, and I'm the, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like the way Shaq handling that because I feel like with them two, I feel like if they bridge that gap, it's a lot to be said with that because everybody know that situation and know how long it been going on. I think Shaq can handle it better than that. I'm gonna just say
That you hit it on the head. That's what I was just finna say. Hey man, Shaq is good people, man.
that. Yeah,
He's a good person. He go to
a
Walmart,
good dude.
but he's charitable. He's a humanitarian. But when it comes to Dwight Howard, man, that man was a hater.
Man,
And
he
Dwight
petty as
Howard ain't
fuck.
gonna take it like JaVale McGee.
Yeah, facts.
He did
Yeah,
the same thing with JaVale McGee, even though I ain't gonna say possess an ounce of the talent Dwight got. JaVale McGee just wasn't who Dwight was. JaVale
yeah,
McGee had.
yeah.
He was defensive player of the year a
He was
few
a
years.
situational player. He had to just get in the right situations. That
And the
was JaVale
defense
McGee.
off that lane. So,
Yeah.
but he wasn't no Dwight. Dwight put up
Nah,
points
nah. We ain't gonna disrespect the
and
right.
defense.
Yeah.
Man, ain't no way Dwight should have made the top 75. It's just, I don't know, man. And I think, Shaq picked on him. Shaq was wrong in that instance, man. And Dwight had the right to tell the nigga we can fight. If
Yeah.
it's that serious, well, fight me
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Because I did everything else to try to rectify it and get you off of me.
And it ain't work.
What you want to do, man? Do you want to
What
fight
you
about it? Let's just get to
real
that.
shit. That nigga like pick a square at this point, bro. I done did everything.
And Dwight going through real shit in his life. I don't feel like playing. My baby mama's couldn't even
Man,
be with this gay shit, saying this boy molested my son.
man.
Bro, I want to fight. I need somebody to take it
I
out on.
need somebody to go.
So,
Real
uh,
shit.
man, Shaq need to let that go, man. And he out of pocket. Keep the man name out. If he's such a nobody, like you said in them tweets. If he's such a nobody, why you talk about it?
That's
But
fact.
then Shaq did say back in the day, I wouldn't even talk about you if you're not great. So that was his way of giving Dwight props. He
Yeah.
did. He said, man, I wouldn't even mention you if you wasn't great.
It just never felt right though, Judge. It never felt
It
right.
never felt right. Shaq just didn't know how to say, hey, man, I like what you're doing. I would let help you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just play his play. He liked him because he made that statement.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't offer to help him. And he could have. He didn't do what Kareem did for him. He didn't
Yeah.
do what Bill Russell did for him. He
Yeah.
didn't do what. He be so threatened that we got what we got now.
Now, speaking of arrogant and shit, like to see shit their way, I think we can probably all agree New York is the king of that. And now you see you got the shit kind of bubbling back up. The shit had kind of been going on for a minute. It's been like a little cold war between, and it's like it's family business. So I don't know how personal these guys gonna get with it, but Cam, Jim Jones, Cam and Mace now they doing their thing. They got their podcast, It Is What It Is talk show, and that's taking off. So they got that mic presence in their face every news cycle. And now you got Jim coming out making his statements. I think 50 didn't even chimed into it. But that situation right
They
there,
call him police straight up. But he ain't replied. That's why
yeah,
I'm going to dive right in. That's why I don't mess with Jim Jones because he a fake tough guy.
yeah,
And you going out your way to go at your partners. But
mm,
50 call you the police and you ain't uttered a word. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So don't pick your battles. I think he mad that he seen Cam and Mace get their stuff back straight.
mm,
But ain't no blood was shed between them dudes.
yeah, yeah,
And he even said it when I met Cam, Mace was like his best friend. He said when you met Cam, Mace was like his best friend. So why you surprised if he knew him before you that they got back together? You should be like, man, I'm glad they hooked back up.
yeah,
There's something about they used to shit on each other, but I also heard what Cam was shit on Mace. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's just how they carried in Harlem. It's cool. When they tell them the origin of Harlem, we the jug and capital. We gonna rank. Even that's what Dame Dad say. But when they ranking on each other, you making it like it was something that's so bad. Cam
yeah,
brought the record deal. What are you talking about? He dog Cam out.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, that dude's to pay. And Mace said, I wasn't getting paid what people thought I was getting paid. So the expectations was through the roof. But man, you should be happy them dudes made up and getting a major bankroll. But Jim want to be the 50-year-old tough guy, the fake tough guy. That's why he come off bitter. You know what I'm saying? But he
yeah,
wasn't tough. When True Life had his jury, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real fake tough guy. Then you got his picks and chooses, man. And anybody can be tough with 30 people with them. Anybody tough with 30 people with them. What you gonna do by yourself?
Yeah.
But when you was by yourself and DC's got hold of you, you wasn't so tough then, but you stay talking about what you'll do to somebody. Man, just chill, enjoy your millions if you got them. And quit with the tough guy stuff, man. If somebody asks you a question about them dudes, man, just say, hey, man, I'm happy for everybody.
Yeah. It was crazy. I think they'll figure it out because I seen what he done gave Mace props in the past. So, hey, he the one taught me how to formulate verses, put my shit together, put out songs and all that. So I just know from dealing with a lot of them New York cats on the East Coast, I know what their attitude's like. And sometimes, that shit can get way further out of hand and it gotta be just because nigga won't sit down and have a conversation. And I think at this point, that's all that's really holding them back. Just sit down and talk about the shit.
Listen, let me tell you something that I was told before I touched my first 100 racks. You know how somebody really feel about you when both of y'all got some money. Was you up and they low key need you?
Yeah.
Of course they nice to you and they loyal. But wait till you get the same amount of money that you are even close to it. The real feeling's gonna come out.
Man, that's some real shit though.
Saying how Jim felt about Cam once they got some money, bro. That's what's happening.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, because as soon as you broke that down, what situation went to my head. I don't think it's no real example than that when 50 and Mayweather. Them was two partners that ain't need shit from each other. So you got a chance when them niggas got into it. I can tell you some shit I've been really wanting to say about your ass. And I ain't got to worry about no backlash. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about nothing. And you got the chance to see how both, because I actually feel like they both still got respect for each other, but it was just some shit that said that they just can't go back with. Because 50 got a chance to say, nigga, this what I've been wanting to say. And Mayweather got his chance because they ain't need nothing from each other.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So, hey, what you
50,
said, that's some real shit.
50 was kind of wrong in that little scenario.
It was. 50 petty. You can't out petty 50. I done
You
figured
went
that
go
out.
trademark a company and sign out my fighters while I'm locked up. Talking about you trying to protect me from Al Heyman. Somebody that I done made $1 billion with.
Yeah.
It looked like you trying to do some tricky stuff.
Like you trying to jug me. Yeah.
And they ain't never come back from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then with the can't read and all that.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, you know how somebody feel about you when y'all money. As long as you up and down, unless you cut from a certain cloth, a person gonna keep their mouth closed. Ain't that relationship. But let me get that 100 like you got. Let me get 40 million and you got 100 million. I can tell you how I feel about you now.
Ain't it, man? Hey, that's the realest shit you said right there, bro. As soon as you said it, that's the one beef that I thought it was evil. I mean, even ain't nobody bullying nobody. Your bread don't scare me. My bread don't scare you. We can just, hey, this how I feel about your ass. But here go another scenario. Some cats really how they really feel about each other finna come out. You see Drake and his feelings now about LeBron too, huh? You seen that song he made about LeBron?
Yeah, I seen that, man. Listen, man, Drake unlock a new level of light skin every trimester of this motherfucking beef, man. Unlock a new level. This man went file a lawsuit against UFG.
Well, hold on, dude.
Never seen before.
Let me ask you this.
Make a whole diss record to LeBron for going to the concert.
Now, hold on, man. Let me ask you this now. Now, it ain't just like, I can't pick nobody random in there you don't know. It ain't just somebody, you know what I'm saying, just going to a concert. This man got LeBron tatted on him. This man chill. Like, they actually got real relationship. You don't think, outside looking in, you don't think that's a little foul, or you just, you know what I'm saying, even if it's two partners that you know they got into it, if you lean more kind of cheerleading, you don't feel like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like where he coming from a little.
I'm going to tell you what I don't feel like.
You got two partners.
Now, I ain't tell you to get that tattoo. See, you put your infatuation with me on me. I don't care. We're going to skip. Man, you put your infatuation with me on me like I'm infatuated with you just to eat. No. When Pusha T body whops, I had your back. So it's good for the goose, but ain't good for the gander. When Pusha T body whop Drake cross the head, LeBron let him come sit in that barbershop and whine like, but because I go to the biggest concert in Los Angeles in the last 4 or 5 years. Now I'm a bitch ass nigga. You ready to tell my wife? Come on.
Yeah, hold on, bro. He's singing the lyrics though. I'm talking about pop, 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 pop. Dot fuck him up.
It's a dope song. And man, everybody know how LeBron is, bro. Come on, man. LeBron been memes for years for him rapping these aggressive songs. Come on, bro. But I'm just gonna say this. I don't feel like perfect in the scenario. Like I'm sure something was done
Yeah,
to make me feel like I could go do this in public, celebrate in public with these people. Not going. We don't know the inner workings of what's going on. Drake hit. Man, maybe they was doing 2-on-2. You see how Act coming out with the business. Act got sources.
yeah,
Being a sucker about this, bro. To be
yeah.
for real.
He really
But
he really writing his way up out of here,
who's to say Drake wasn't pillow talking like he always do? Because 65% of these beefs he got with these rappers is about pillow talking. And they
man.
cut you gonna hit the broad. But
Yeah,
that's her job. She sell cat.
yeah.
About what you said to her in the process of you getting it.
Getting it.
And see, you know, if a woman got two men in common and they partners or they close or they affiliated,
Uh-huh.
the one that's a lot realer to her, she's gonna gravitate to her. She's definitely gonna tell that one whatever. If you got something to say about the other one, that's
Yeah.
why I don't even talk to no bro about nobody. Because the one she's more great, cool with, she gonna tell him your business, and she also gonna tell him how you feel about it.
And I'm gonna tell cats this. If you one of them cats that do that, they ain't gonna tell you, but let me tell you, man, they lose respect for y'all when you do that shit, bro. When they find out, oh, you guys, and you sit up there and you tell them like they talk to you like one of the girls, and you telling them you really gassing the other dude up for them, and they really looking at you crazy, bro.
They want
So
to see
just
everything you say true, man. If you
everything you say true. So let
man,
me just tell y'all that
he got 5 holes, 2 this, and yeah,
you can
man.
just put the sixth one in his
He
lap.
2 months behind on this note on the G wagon. Man, the woman want to go be like, because they gonna look, now they gonna listen. They gonna hear what you're saying. First, they for face value.
Yeah.
They gonna watch his lifestyle, and if
Mm-hmm.
start to change, they gonna be like, I don't know, man. He's still moving like so. It's looking like you hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's why it ain't even worth talking to a woman about another man. Let him live his life. If he got flaws, check your partner on his flaws. Tell him,
Real shit.
hey, you're spending too much. You too high every time I see you. Don't go tell the broad.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it could end up, she gonna burn you and say something, say you said it, or
Yeah.
she gonna put your partner behind your back.
Exactly. You gonna wind up a dud in the situation, man. But it was something else I wanted to touch on too, bro. That when I first seen this story, it messed me up because you know my old lady work in this field, so and I done seen her come home. I'm talking about fucked up behind kids. She don't even know, don't know the parents, don't know the family. And just if it was loss of life or it was something traumatic, all that in these NICUs and these we talking about it was a white nurse, I forgot her name, but she was intentionally seeking out black babies, man, and hurting them on the NICU unit. And that story right there, it fucked me up because, and just to let people know, like both of my kids had to spend time in NICU before they can get brought to the front because they had complications. And just knowing that somebody could be back there, that you in a trusted environment, man. And I'm gonna say this. I always tell people, you know, as much as they paint us out, black people, what I'm saying is to be savages, to be we ain't got no morals. We got stop signs. We got like for the most part, ain't no older black cat gonna see no young white kid and think, man, I'm gonna fuck over him just cause he's white. Or ain't no
We
older,
don't think
you know what I'm saying? I ain't no kid gonna see no elderly white person and want to hurt them, or black person, I'm gonna hurt them just cause they're white. But we don't get none of those stop signs with us, man. A white person can see our skin, whether it's a baby, whether it's an elderly person. I'm talking about the least amount of resistance it is to you, and you still think to hurt that person. Like to me, it's just I don't even have all the words I want to say about this shit because it's just so fucked up to think somebody can hurt somebody in that vulnerable position. But when you saw that story, man, what you thought about this story?
like you, my son had to spend some time. And Nick, you like my son was born with underdeveloped lungs. So
Mm-hmm.
first 8 years of his life, we spent about 2 weeks a year in the hospital.
Exactly.
And like a long time, but it is. And you
Yeah.
gotta on 7-day weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we got 2 days spurt. But
Yeah.
so if I average it out, we spent 2 weeks a year. So to know that somebody could have just turned the oxygen off on my boy and killed him,
Man,
I
just because
sympathize.
it's skin.
And it enrages me. Anytime it's some kids, I get enraged. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's
Yeah,
why I couldn't be in law enforcement, or I couldn't be in none of those fields to where I got to deal with punishing those people, because I can't control my emotions when it comes to women, especially black women, but all women and kids. It's just out of that can't defend themselves or not about that life. I ain't never liked the
yeah,
bully. So
yeah,
when you take advantage of the less fortunate, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I think they all should be dealt with in the worst way.
yeah. Real
Real.
shit.
That's
Cause
why I said the justice system do what they do with people that deal in underage sex acts with
trafficking and shit.
underage sex acts.
Yeah,
You know, your pedos and your molesters and your whatnot, they don't get a lot of time. They get drug dealers triple the time they give those people. And you ruining the kid's life, they're gonna live with that forever. I've never understood the justice system, man. It just shows you what they think about kids.
exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
all kids, black or
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
It's sad to know what they think about our kids, bro.
That's why I always tell people, man, it's a bigger game being played above our heads with the have and have nots. We can, like I say, with the white nurse, and she's a part of the game too. She just don't understand it, of having us pitted against each other and thinking, we the enemies. Well, it's the people with real bread that'll be trafficking kids. They don't give a damn Asian, white, black, what they are. They just
They,
know they ain't they
they,
kids. They ain't the elite. They just want to buy it.
they just want the post.
That's it. That's it. Last story, man. We're gonna wrap it up on this because this hit the news waves. This, what was that, last week? And man, I can't open up an app without seeing this shit. But to me, I feel like, and I might be the minority, I feel like the shit really blown out of proportion. The shit going on at FS1 with Joy Taylor, Ocho, Skip Bayless, and a lawsuit that's being filed. I'm gonna just tell you my point of view right quick. Joy Taylor, bad woman, man. Everybody knows she's very beautiful. You know what she look like. You got rich athletes, cats that been dealing with women all their life. They got bread. You putting these athletes that's 1 or 2 years removed from the league. You putting on all shows, not just Joy Taylor's, the Joy Taylors of the world. You putting beautiful women as sports analysts. Man, it's people that's co-workers messing with each other at McDonald's, bro. At Marshalls. You know what I'm saying? This go on. It's just a way bigger scale. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, I know they say they used herself. I seen Marcellus Wiley saying, because he worked there for a minute, saying that's how she was using, that's what she was doing to advance. But like, I look at the dudes. If the dudes in power are letting it happen and then they advancing, that's on them. So I'm looking at everybody like, what's the real story?
Exactly. Man, like you said, that's blown out of proportion. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
she sexed her way to the top, that's her person. She got to live with that.
She got to live with that.
What, I do think co-workers having sex could be bad for business because we know all the emotional stuff that come with that.
Come with it. Yeah.
Until it happens, it shouldn't be our business. If they don't cause no ruckus at work, it ain't our business. If she sexed her way to the top, that's her business.
And
Now,
what's crazy is I've been seeing a lot of the dudes. So I'm gonna to the cat Jason Whitlock. He was working there and saying what he would have done, and I'm like, I think you were safe, bro. I think you were safe. I don't think you was in. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know what I'm capable of.
Big Whitlock say he know what he can, but I
And
think Big
Whitlock was
Whitlock
talking
was
about
good.
motherfucker like this here, man. I know what I'm capable of.
Big Whitlock put it out there like, I'm like, man, I think you was safe, bro. I don't think y'all was gonna have that type of interaction, man. I think y'all was good, but a lot of people that came out talking about Jay, evidently, man, that's a big miss ass dude, bro. I don't never hear nobody say nothing good about that dude. Even when I done seen him big up people in the segment, and they still like, man, keep my name out your mouth, bro. You know how evil they gotta be for somebody you
Man,
giving people
man,
credit?
want to put hands on him, bro.
Yeah.
Whitlock is like Stephen A. Smith, but he's a tad bit more. He's not as big, so he can say a little bit more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He get a little more
Getting
personal with it.
personal. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get into these guys' personal stuff and dig deep and say things that may not be true. Well,
Mm-hmm.
people they do the same thing, but he gonna talk about what's being reported.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think they two of a kind, but one go a bit further with
Yeah,
his. And we're like, man, he a sucker, man. He Uncle
yeah,
Tom, a spade to spade, man.
yeah.
I ain't say nothing in defense of black folks, like talk about it, and I ain't heard Stephen A. Smith except for surface level stuff, topics.
Saying that, I want to touch on this before we wrap up. What has went on though with the Joy Taylor shit, and like I say, to me, that's grown people business. They did with, like, J. Cole had one of the most famous rhymes he said in one of his songs, "Who you fuck don't make me come." So like none of that shit that they was talking about, I hadn't heard nobody got hurt, wasn't no kids or nothing involved. It was work gossip, basically. A hairdresser, stylist felt some type of way about it. I don't know if she got let go, so I don't know, but I did hear they did make some unwanted advances at her. So I will say we sensitive to that. I don't want to make it like we blowing over that. But as far as what Joy did, I'm saying, like, I didn't see what the big story was with all that.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, when when Jason Whitlock made his comments, he is the only one, like you say, Stephen A. did surface level. He is the only one kind of dug into the story. But what I was trying to say is they prove these athletes right, because you get all these half-ass stories of alleged, but they all across First Take, they all across FS1, and you put these kids on black. This story, now I don't know if they're giving some type of when you work in the same field, that type of leniency or whatever. But you haven't heard nothing about them reporting the story as other outlets. You suppressing it. You barely hear besides internet talk. And it's still alleged, but what I'm saying, this is the same thing with these kids. When they be alleged to have something happen, or alleged spousal abuse or whatever, but it's all over First Take. You lead off the story with it all over that. So what I'm saying is they're actually proving these young athletes right when they say, man, y'all go beyond the playing field with us. Y'all take these stories and try to get y'all name, because ain't nobody said shit, like you say, besides Stephen A. Surface level.
yeah.
Surface level. Barely touching it. But he's giving her that professional courtesy. I ain't gonna drill in like I would if John Morant had a gun on the video. You know what I'm saying? One of them type of segments. So that's what I'm sitting back tripping off of.
But with Joy, you had the makeup artist come out with
Yeah.
her little situation too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, man, until something illegal reported, I don't think this just mess, this gossip.
It's gossip. Exactly.
This gossip ain't nothing been proven, and whatever. This just gossip. We ain't gonna sit here and play like Joy. The accusations, if they are true, some of them can be looked at as horrendous. You got your side piece paying for stuff for your wedding.
Hey, yeah, look, when you read out, because we had to talk about our whole story, so we can dig a little. Now, when you look at some of the stuff in the story, it's crazy. She went to dinner with the boss and Ocho met them at the same restaurant with the makeup artists. So it's crazy, but at the same time, what's illegal about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, people trying to make it.
You never thought about looking at her. Her appearance don't give off. I'm a bop.
Yeah.
But that's why you can't judge a book by their cover.
But I'm gonna tell you what one thing she said though. They let me know, and I'm gonna tell you why I like Joy, because she keep it a book. I seen on one segment, because she got another a podcast with, I think, Jordan Taylor. Yeah, she said on what I like about her, she got strong opinions and she's honest about it. Joy said on one of her segments, she said all these women. It was kind of around the time when the Cheesecake Factory and all that date kind of exploded and hit the internet. She said, women, let's keep it a book. She said, we get on here talking about where we'll go eat. She said, if he's funny enough, got enough money, she named one more crime, she said, you gonna go. And I said, man, I appreciate that. Just be honest, man. Stop talking about all this. Man, I appreciate that. She said, you gonna go. If he funny enough, got enough money, got enough clout or whatever that thing
was, enough, and you going wherever he take
you gonna go.
That's just women. That's just be for the net, bro. That when that man, when a woman feeling you, bro, they get up on you, smell that cologne, man. Like, oh, that's cool.
Let other shit out the window.
Now, of course, the guy that's chasing you gonna make it hard for him.
Exactly.
I want steak 48 when JoJo, who piping you out, could take you to Applebee's. Of course, the street. The one that's chasing you do more because you got the leverage.
Mm-hmm.
All it is. They should have put it at the top of that list. When I have leverage in the dating,
real shit.
But when you in love and you chasing, you gonna go wherever you
This
take.
your, cause that's what, like I said this in another episode. I was did an episode on something. I think I was talking about the Will Smith and the Jada when that shit was going on. One thing about women, bro, I've learned over my 45 years of being on this earth. Whatever they want, they gonna get. They don't care what your situation is, whether you got somebody. They don't care what their situation is, whether if they truly want you, and they gonna let you know. But they more secretive about it. They know how to move. They ain't as dumb as we are, so we done became the faces of cheating. But please don't think
We the
women
face.
walk on water. They done manipulated that.
We the faces of it, but they the creators of it.
Woo, hey, I'm gonna tell you, what's that movie when what's that boy name, man? Robert De Niro, when he said the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he don't exist. Now I ain't saying women the devil, but they will convince you that we are the cheaters and we nah, man, there's some women out there now, especially in this era, that's cutthroat.
And on you about something small, man, they the coldest, man.
Man, they the coldest. You better respect your own lady. If you got somebody that look like something, don't play
we
with
talked
them.
about that. Our first 90% of women, 90% got to be pushed to that.
Got to be pushed.
Cross that line and say, okay, you done play with me enough.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna be low key in love because
Ain't
they
it, man?
hard. Unless you got a complete whore, you push
And
that
you
one.
shouldn't be with that anyway. So if you got something you calling that your old lady, be careful. If she bad, be careful how you play with her.
See, like us, we see something we lust on, little chick at the warehouse or chick in the office. We're gonna, the opportunity presents itself. The average guy gonna take it. A woman be looking at a guy and thinking he cute and won't give him a shot for 8 years because I'm
8
married.
years. Yep.
But now you done pissed me off. Now I'm finna go run this route that I've been
Mm-hmm.
8 years I've been wanting to do it, but I didn't do it out of respect for you.
Yeah.
That's why most men women to cheat because you don't push her right in the hands of the motherfucker she like or she loves, but she respect you and your husband and she respect herself, so she don't do it. But yeah,
hey, that's real shit, bro.
We just the faces.
That's it. But they stay cold. But hey, man, it's your B-Day weekend. I hope you enjoy it.
Gotta, it's B-Day weekend. We're gonna shut it down, man. First one of the year. Man,
First
what you
one.
OG too low? That firecracker going off of OG too low pocket.
Look, when I seen that, when I first saw Tulo get shot, I was like, man, I hope that ain't where is Cedric. I said, I hope that ain't that Tulo, man. I had just thought about, I talked to somebody, it was about maybe a month ago. I said, man, Tulo, I had thought about the dude. And this how he pop up, shooting himself on the podcast. I'm like, come
on the media, Houston media run. He gonna die in Houston.
Okay. The face he made, that dude froze up.
Man, because he was scared. You could look at it. He never looked at his leg. He was
Never
scared.
looked at. Yep.
But, or see if the firecracker had damaged him.
Yep.
I don't, me personally, and Mike D, you my guy. You know I love you, big bro. But I don't think you should even put that clip out. Tulo is a convicted felon, man.
That's okay. Yeah.
That video got 20 million impressions. Man, I hope the feds don't go fuck with my boy. And I hate to even
Damn, I ain't even think about that.
But sometimes clout ain't always what it is. I don't get it twisted. He changed that podcast life. But that's for they ain't gonna see the residuals from it right now. They ain't made no money out of that.
Yeah.
But the damage that it could cause to Cedric, because that's his real name.
Yeah, Cedric. Yeah.
The damage that it caused to Tulo, I mean, man, they Google Tulo. So.
Yeah. That was the song though. He said it in the rap. That's why it was rapping. Yeah.
The damage it could cause to him could be irreparable. And it just sometimes, man, that's why I brought it up, because we so caught up behind clout that
that's real shit.
10 years for some clout. That should have been edited out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it should have been, it came out by 9 and say it was a prank in a fight.
Yeah. 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 I respect that point.
Now we can come out and tell the world, hey baby, it was a prank.
Yeah.
It's New Year's. It was actually New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
The boy had a firecracker go off in his pocket. We timed it perfect and it went off well.
Damn, you see, I ain't know about that little backdrop there. He still had paperwork on it.
That's why he been in prison. Listen, another interview out on another platform where he talked about all that. So he on get around trying to get back in the game.
Okay, so that's why it's my swap drug. I had just thought about that dude, bro, and that's how he popped up.
It's a good interview, bro. Both of them. He talking
Okay.
about I couldn't blow a music because I'm going through that time.
Yeah. Okay.
Trap a couple of years, and he gonna trap the rest. And then now he going to 4-5. He went to 2-3 Josephs. He actually from my partner hood on the west.
Damn, see, I ain't know him, man. I just had been missing him, and I think I had jammed Scarface on something on the road going back home, and that song. I was like, damn, this dude, that what Tulo at? I ain't heard him since this song. But then he had like a project after that or something. He came
Yeah,
out.
he did something. He did a lot of work on the Troy.
Yeah.
Didn't fan down south. He did work
Yeah.
on. He toured with Troy on there. He do.
Okay.
You know, in Texas, man, you naturally ain't gotta leave these borders
Yeah.
and
Real
live
shit.
if that's what you choose to do. But he
Mhm.
says he was in the streets. He wasn't doing no rapping like that. But he been around the projects and features. But
Okay.
he trying to take it serious, and because now being 40 and the rapper ain't frowned upon no more. So
Yeah.
hey man, he finna put something in the atmosphere.
That's what's up, man. Well, look, shout out Tulo, man. Shake back, bro. I ain't know that's where you was. I know that was you was on the extended vacay, but shake back, man. Get back out here in these streets, man. Turn it up there. But end it with your B-Day shout out, man. What you got up for us, man? It's your time to wrap it up.
Hey man, it's 2025, baby. I just turned 45. We up, man. This year, like we said, we're gonna try to come into at least once or twice a month. The
Yeah,
show, the year starting off perfect, man. I had a great G-Day, man. We got a section rooftop spot.
that's
It was,
what's up.
man, it's truly beautiful. The clothing line doing great. I got yours. You and Dez on the way. I'm gonna send it to Dez, and he gonna whoop. So I got you and Dez taken care of. That's what it is, man. We just it's all about prospering this year, man. Nothing about
That's what's
exit.
up, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. Look, blessings, man. Hey, 45 laps around the sun, man. Glad to have you on the show with me. Like you say, man, we finna grind out this content this year, man. We about to take this thing to another level. We're gonna start having guests and stuff on here. And it's as you can see, the news cycle right they self. So all we doing, man, is just delivering our honest opinion on it, man. Don't shoot the messages.
Man.
Ain't it, man?
Yes,
But
sir.
look, we finna wrap up, man. Hey, BLOCC is hot, man. First episode. Stay tuned. We'll be back at y'all in a couple weeks. We out.